beautiful beings of light. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanette and I am a high vibrational being, and I'm back for another message for the collective. Hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful day, October 5th, 2024. It's very beautiful outside. So hope everybody's going outside, getting the light coats from the sun and receiving healing from nature and meditating as you walking. Uh, Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel if these messages resonate with you. Once again, my name is Jeanette, and I am a high vibrational being, and I am a reincarnated soul who is here to help the collective raise their consciousness. I receive messages through my dream state, through um, books, through um, symbols. I receive messages. I connect with the universe. So I'm very connected to spirit, my Father, God, the Creator. I am connected to the angels, archangels, ascended masters, galactic family, my deities. I'm also connected to passed on loved ones. I I am very spiritually gifted, if I may say that. I am very thankful. I've healed all of my past life karma, and I am here. I'm a truth teller. I speak truth. And God also shows me everything that is going on a collective and uh, and on my own spiritual journey. I am shown a lot of things in my dream states, and also I read oracle cards. I like the oracle cards. I don't do tarot cards. I'm not a tarot card reader. And I am very connected to God, if I may say so. I am very connected to my Father, and I love my Father, and I'm very thankful. And I did have a spiritual awakening, very big, massive, huge spiritual awakening, February 17 of 2020. I think it was 2020. Yeah, but it was very huge. It was very beautiful, and as soon as I started to, um, I when I did it through meditation, so I really sat in silence and I started to meditate and receive these messages and connect with my Father. So I learned through by myself. I didn't need no help. Nobody helped me. Uh, I was always guided by my spiritual team and God on how to connect and how to heal. And it opened up a world that I had no clue, and I'm very thankful. But I'm back today, and I am here, and once again, as a truth teller. There's a lot of things that is going on a collective, on in the world. A lot of exposure is happening at this time. A lot of storms are happening in people's lives and places that people have done some dark things. So God is cleansing the world. Just know that. I'm going to start because I'm going to finish up the book that I started reading to you guys. So I am almost finished. The last page, I think is 7, chapter 7 is the last chapter. And you know what? It's so funny. I had this book in my house. It's called The Toltec Prophecies, and I've been reading it. And I put it down and I pick it up. I put it down and I pick it up. And yesterday I looked over to my left side and I saw this book and I'm like, oh my God, I'm reading this book to the collective, the Toltecs, and a lot of the practices um, of the Toltecs has been practiced for a long time, and it's just not a coincidence that I had this book. God always puts things in people's lives for a reason, so I'm very thankful. And this is the real Toltec Prophecies. It's by Sergio Maganea, and it's how the Celtic calendars predicted modern day events and reveals a pathway to a new era of humankind. This is where we are going to be at. This is how people are going to connect and release things that no longer serve them, because we have been in the sleep. We have been, spells have been placed on us. So it's time to wake up. New York, wake up. Americas, wake up. Humanity, wake up and know who you truly are, and stop. Don't let anyone or any system tell you who you are. Don't let any system control you. Don't let anybody control you. Don't let people stop you from speaking your truth. It's time to wake up, and it's just so funny. It's time to wake up. It's really time to wake up and wake up from that dream and know how powerful you are. So I'm going to start with, I always start off with God's message, the Psalms, and I'm bringing in my Father to please come into my channel and help me channel the messages that I need to channel for the collective at this time, always for the highest good of all. Any negative energies or any negative uh, thoughts or any negative hoodoo, voodoo, whatever you guys do, uh, it doesn't, I'm here, it doesn't work. Um, I transmute those negative energies into the light. May God touch each and every one of you. May your soul be awakened to who you truly are. And may you stop doing your wicked deeds, because what are you doing is doing it to yourself. You're not doing it to anybody else. You're doing these things to yourself. Psalm 39. Oh, I'm going to start off because I forgot to read Jeremiah the last time. Jeremiah 5:12 to 13. They have spoken falsely of the Lord and have said, He will do nothing, no disaster will come upon us, nor shall we see swords of famine. So people didn't believe that God is real. People did not believe that the prophecy was not going to be coming to fruition. That the messages that His divine messengers are sending out to the collective was not going to be taking place in this world at the time. Prophecy will become wind. The word is not in them. Thus shall it be done to them. So people spoke very falsely of God. And things are happening in their lives at this moment because they don't believe in the Creator who created them and the prophecy that is taking place at this time. This is the time of the revelation. So things are being revealed. All the dark secrets are being revealed. Everybody's dark secrets. those who partook in the dark secret, those who got paid for, those who led these dark systems, covens, uh, groups to take down God's children. Um, Continue, Psalm 39:1. I said, I will guard my ways, that I may sin with my tongue. I will guard my mouth with a muzzle so as long as the wicked are in my presence. There's no need to um, retaliate against the wicked. There is no need to be angry or entertain the wicked. That's God's battle. That's not our battle to fight. We sent love, we sent peace, we sent forgiveness, we sent um, healing to those who are going through this, because we are not the judge. Psalm 62:8. Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your hearts before him. God is a refuge for us. God is our refuge. We need to go to God, sit with the Lord, cleanse our spirits, start to heal, and believe that God is a forgiving God. Believe that he is here to protect you, to provide for you, and for you to let go of these thoughts that the system, religion, these groups are able to help you. They're not. God is your only refuge. Psalm 62:2. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be greatly shaken. When you have God in your heart, when you have God in your side, and you following God's law, you will not be shaken about anything that is happening in this world. Any negative energies that are being sent to you. Your mind is very powerful. So whatever you put in your mind, make sure that it's of the light. Make sure that it's positive. Turn that negative self-talk into a positive talk. Psalm 65:1. Praise is due to you, O God, in Zion, and to you shall vows be performed. Always praise God for everything that is going on in your life. I only take what resonates. I am not imposing my beliefs on you. You have your own, you are to use your own discernment, your own decisions, it's you, not me. Use your own discernment. Remember, there's just two paths. There's two paths. Psalm 94:12. Blessed is the man whom you discipline, O Lord, and whom you teach out of your law. Following God's law is such a peaceful way of living. Being disciplined to the Father and letting go of our old ways of doing things. It's so much benefit and it's so much peace in your life, in your mind. You're able to manifest things. You're able to see miracles occur in your life because you are following the way of God. God is your provider. I'm a testimony. I am a testimony to the Most High God. I am a pure testimony. I have survived so many attacks, spiritual attacks that were sent, poisoning attacks, even 3D attacks. I am a survivor. I survived. There's a purpose, big purpose for me here. And I'm very thankful. I had to learn through all my trials and tribulations that I faced in my life. All the traumas that I had to endure, I faced them. I faced them with love. I faced them with so much compassion and understanding until I figured it out, until I put the pieces back to the puzzle together. I figured it out. I'm very thankful. For justice, for the Lord will not forsake his people. He will not abandon his heritage. He will never abandon you. For justice will return to the righteous, and all the upright in the heart will follow it. God is placing justice at this time for the righteous, for those who follow his ways, for those who have not forgotten him, for those who speak his name from the space of trueness, from the heart, because there are prophets out there who are speaking from a space of lies that are not healed. They say they are divine beings. They say they are God's messengers. They say they hear his message, but God did not call you. Let's be real. Be real and stop tricking humanity. Stop taking their money. Stop. For those who are sending out money to those who are not of the light, you are called to really listen. What's the message they're sending you? When God spoke to Ezekiel 27, 24 to 28, my servant David shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall work in my rules and be careful to obey my statutes. They shall dwell in the land that I gave to my servant Jacob, where your father lived, and where your father lived. They and their children and their children's children shall dwell there forever. And David my servant shall be their prince forever. I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them. And I will set them in their lands and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in their midst forevermore. My dwelling place shall be with them in their hearts. God will always be with us. He will never abandon his children. We have abandoned God. That's why things don't work out for those who have abandoned the Lord, our Savior. And for those who don't believe Jesus was his son, and he came through Jesus to show that he is real. And I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Then the nations will know that I am the Lord who sacrifices Israel when my sanctuary is in their midst forevermore. So that's the word of God. Now I will read the last chapter in this book, and this book right here also provides ways of cleansing yourself and opening up and knowing that this has been prophesied that people will start awakening to their true self. People will be waking up and have been waking up. And that's the fear of some systems that were placed to keep collectives sleeping. Use humanity as experiments. This is The Four Elements Wisdom Book by Don Miguel Ruiz, Chapter 7, The New Dream, Heaven on Earth. I want you to forget everything you have learned in your whole life. This is the beginning of a new understanding, a new dream. The dream you are living is your creation. It is your perception of reality that you can change at any time. You have the power to create hell, and you have the power to create heaven. Why not dream a different dream? Why not use your mind, your imagination, and your emotions to dream heaven? Just use your imagination and a tremendous thing will happen. Imagine that you have the ability to see the world with different eyes. Whether you choose, whenever you choose. Each time you open your eyes, you see the world around you in a different way. Close your eyes now and then open them and look outside. What will you see is loving coming out of the trees, loving coming out of the sky, love coming out of the light. So much love. There's so much love in the world. If people would just see the beauty that God has offered each and every one of us. But we chose, but we was in a slumber. We was in a sleep. We was creating these negative, dark parasites that was eating us. I speak for myself because I know I was in this dream and I was not emotionally balanced. I was not. But I'm awakened now. This is the state of bliss. You perceive love directly from everything, including yourself and other humans. Even when humans are sad or angry, behind these feelings, you can see that they are also sending love. Using your imagination and your eyes of perception, I want you to see yourself living a life, living a new life, a new dream, a life where you don't need to justify your existence, and you are free to be who you really are. Imagine that you have permission to be happy and to really enjoy your life. Your life is free from conflict with yourself and with others. Imagine living your life without fear and expressing your dreams. You know what you want, what you don't want, and when you want it. You are free to change your life the way you really want to. You are not afraid to ask for what you need to say yes or no to anything or anyone. Imagine living your life without the fear of being judged by others. Such a beautiful way of living. I may say so myself because I'm in this state of bliss. I do not worry about what anybody says about. I don't care. I really don't care. It doesn't affect me. I do not dwell on it. I forgive them and just keep it moving. Pain, I don't have no attachment to that. You have no need to control anyone, and no one controls you either. Imagine living your life without judging others. You can easily forgive others and let go of any judgment that they have. It's easy. It's like, okay, you feel that way? That's something that you need to handle. That's something that you need to heal within your own self. Because that projection that you're placing on somebody, it's a projection of who you are. It's something that you need to heal. You don't have the need to be right. You don't need to make anyone else wrong. You respect yourself and everyone else, and they respect you in return. Imagine living without the fear of loving and not being loved. Water. You are no longer afraid to be rejected, and you don't have the need to be accepted. You can say, I love you, with no shame or justification. You can walk in the world with your heart completely open and not afraid to be hurt. It's such a beautiful way of living. Just loving everything and everyone, no matter if they hurt you, whatever they say, it's like, I love you regardless, okay? It's just so, I can't even explain. It's just a feeling, it's just a world, a way of living without being burdened or hurt or just living in the peace. It's like God. It's like living in that world of God that God doesn't affect. Just wish that you would just know who you truly are. Imagining living your life without being afraid to take a risk and to explore life. You're not afraid to lose anything. You're not afraid to be alive in the world, and you are not afraid to die. Imagine that you love yourself just the way you are. You love your body just the way it is, and you love your emotions just the way you are. You know that you are perfect just as you are. The reason I ask you to imagine these things is because they are entirely possible. It is so possible. I am a witness. I am living proof that it does happen, that it does. You are able to change, reprogram your mind, let go of the matrix, let go of systems that no longer serve you, let go of people, places, and things, addictions. It's possible. Only love has the ability to put you in the state of bliss. Being in bliss is like being in love. It's like you love everything. Being in love is like being in bliss. You are floating in the clouds. So beautiful. You are perceiving love wherever you go. It is entirely possible to live this way all the time. It is possible because others have done it and they are no different from you. They live in bliss because they have changed their agreements and they are dreaming a different dream. Once you feel what it means to live in a state of bliss, you will love it. You will know that heaven on earth is truth, and that heaven truly exists. Once you know that heaven exists, once you know it is possible to stay there, it is up to you to make the effort to do it. 2,000 years ago, Jesus told us about the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of love. But hardly anyone was ready to hear this. They said, "What are you talking about? My heart is empty. I don't feel the love that you are talking about. I don't feel the peace that you have. You don't have to do this. Just imagine that this message of love is possible, and you will find it, and you will find that it is yours. The world is very beautiful and very wonderful. Life can be very easy when love is your way of life. You can be loving all the time. This is your choice. You may not have a reason to love, but you love because love makes you so happy. Love in action only produces happiness. Love will give your inner peace. It will change your perception of everything. You can see everything with the eyes of love. You can be aware that there is love all around you. When you live this way, there is no longer a fog in your mind. The Matut has gone on a permanent vacation. This is what humans have been seeking for centuries. For thousands of years, we have been searching for happiness. Happiness is the lost paradise. Humans have worked so hard to reach this point, and this is part of the evolution of the mind. This is the future of humanity. This is a way, this way of life is possible, and it is in your hands. Moses called it the promised land. Buddha called it the nirvana. Jesus called it heaven. I don't know. It's just something weird about that. Anyway, Jesus called it heaven, and the Toltecs called it a new dream. Toltec. Unfortunately, your identity is mixed with the dream of the planet. All of your beliefs and our agreements are in the fog. You feel the presence of the parasite and believe it is you. This makes it difficult to let go, to release the parasite and create the space of experience love. You are attached to the judge, attached to the victim. Suffering makes you feel safe because you know it so well. But there is really no reason to suffer. The only reason you suffer is because you choose to suffer. If you look at your life, you will find many excuses to suffer, but a good reason to suffer you will not find. The same is true for happiness. The only reason you're happy is because you choose to be happy. Happiness is a choice. Who don't want to be happy? Happy all the day, every single day. And so is suffering. You want to suffer? Then that's your choice. You choose to suffer. Either you are in the light or you're in the dark. There's two choices. You wake up or you stay sleeping. You let the parasite eat you, hurt you. And find forgiveness for yourself. It's more importantly that you forgive yourself as well. But there is no reason to suffer. The only reason you suffer is because you choose to suffer. If you look at your life, you will find many excuses to suffer, but a good reason to suffer will not find you. The same is true for happiness. The only reason you're happy is because you choose to be happy. Happiness is a choice, and so is suffering. Maybe we cannot escape from the destiny of the human, but we have a choice to suffer our destiny or to enjoy our destiny. To suffer or to love and be happy. To live in hell or to live in heaven. My choice is to live in heaven. What is yours? Prayers. Please take a moment, close your eyes, open your heart, and feel all the love that comes from your heart. Place your hands in your heart. I want you to join with my words in your mind and in your heart to feel a very strong connection to love. Together we are going to do a special prayer to experience a communion with our Creator. Focus your intention on your lungs as if only your lungs exist. Feel the pressure when your lungs expand to fulfill the biggest need of the human body, to breathe. Take a deep breath and feel the air as it fills your lungs. Feel how the air is nothing but love. Notice the connection between the air and the lungs. A connection of love. Expand your lungs with air until your body has the need to. Just to breathe is enough for us to always breathe. Is enough for us to always be happy, to enjoy life. Just to be alive is enough. Feel the pressure to be alive, the pressure of the feeling of love. Prayer for freedom. Today, Creator of the universe, we ask that you come to us and to share with us a strong communion of love. We know that your real name is love. That to have a communion with you means to share the same vibration, the same frequency that you are, because you are the only thing that exists in the universe. Today, help us to be like you are, to love life, to be life, to be love. Help us to love the way you love, with no conditions, no expectations, no obligations, and without any judgment. Help us to love and accept ourselves without any judgment, because when we judge ourselves, we find ourselves guilty. and we need to be punished. Help us to love everything you create unconditionally, especially other human beings, especially those who live around us, all of our relatives, and people whom we have tried so hard to love. Because when we reject them, we reject ourselves. And when we reject ourselves, we reject you. Help us to love others just the way they are with no conditions. Help us to accept them the way they are without judgment. Because if we judge them, we find them guilty. We blame them, and we have the need to punish them. Today, clean our hearts of any emotional poison that we have. Free our minds from any judgments so that we can live in a complete peace and complete love. Today's a special day. Today we open our hearts to love again so that we can teach each other, I love you, without any fear, and really mean it. Today we offer ourselves to you. Come to us, use our voices, use our eyes, use our hands, use our hearts to share in a communion of love with everyone. Thank you for everything that we received this day, especially for the freedom to be who we are. Amen. We are going to share a beautiful dream together that you will love, that you have all the time. In this dream, you are in the middle of a beautiful, warm, sunny day. You hear the birds and the wind and the little river. You walk towards the river. At the edge of the river is an old man in meditation. And you see that out of his head comes a beautiful light of different colors. You try not to bother him, but he notices your presence and opens his eyes. He has the kind of eyes that are filled of love and a big smile. You ask him, how is he able to radiate that beautiful light? You ask him if he can teach you to do what he is doing. He replies that many, many years ago, he asked the same question of his teacher. The old man begins to tell his story. My teacher opened his chest and he took out his heart. And he took a beautiful flame from his heart. Then he opened my chest, opened my heart, and put the little flame inside it. He put my heart back in my chest. And as soon as my heart was inside me, I felt an intense love. Because the flame he put in my heart was his own love. That flame grew in my heart and became a big, big fire. A fire that doesn't burn, but purifies everything that it touches. And that fire touched each one of the cells of my body. And the cells of my body looked back. I became one with my body. But my love grew even more. The fire touched every emotion of my mind. And all the emotions transformed into a strong, intense love. I love myself completely and unconditionally. But the fire that keeps burning, and I had the need to share my love. I decided to put a little piece of my love in every tree, and tree loves me back. And I became one with the tree. But my love did not stop. It grew more. I put a piece of my love in every flower and in every grass, in the earth, and they loved me back. And I became one. And my love grew more and more to love every animal in the world. They responded to my love, and they loved me back. And we became one. But the love kept growing and growing. I put a piece of my love in every crystal, every stone, in the ground, in the dirt, in the metals, and they loved me back. And I became one with the earth. And then I decided to put my love in the water, in the ocean, in the rivers, in the rain, in the snow. And they loved me back, and we became one. And still my love grew more and more. I decided to give my love to the air, to the wind. I felt a strong communion with the earth, with the wind, with the oceans, and with nature. And my love grew and grew. I turned my head to the sky, to the sun, to the stars, and put a little piece of my love in every star, in the moon, in the sun, and they loved me back. And I became one with the moon, one with the sun and the stars. And my love kept growing and growing. I put a little piece of my love in every human. And I became one with the whole of humanity. Wherever I go, whomever I meet, I see myself in their eyes because I am part of everything, because I am love. Then the man opens his chest, his own chest, and takes out his heart with that beautiful flame inside and puts the flame in your heart. And that love is growing inside of you. Now you are one with the winds, with the waters, with the stars, with all of nature, with all of animals, with all humans. You feel the heat and the light emanating, the flame in your heart. Out of your head shines this beautiful light of colors. You are radiant with the glow of love, and you pray. Thank you, Creator of universe, for the gift of life you have given me. Thank you for giving me everything that I have ever truly needed. Thank you for the opportunity to experience this beautiful body and this wonderful mind. Thank you for living inside of me with all your love, with your pure and boundless spirit, with your warm and radiant light. Thank you for using my words, for using my eyes, for using my heart to share your love wherever I go. I love you just the way you are. And because I am your creation, I love myself just the way I am. Help me to keep the love and peace in my heart, and to make that love a new way of life, that I may live in love the rest of my life. Amen. about. To be in this space of unconditional love for everything and everyone, to learn the lessons, to learn how to heal yourself and be in this space that is really God in you, that works through you, bringing peace and harmony to humanity. Finding love for each other, seeing yourself in every person. That's love. I really encourage. I don't know this author. This book was offered to me. I read it. I'm very thankful. I read it with you all. I shared this book with all of you. As I was reading this book, I was learning as well with you, all of you. It touched a place in my heart because I walk this walk every single day of my life. Ever since I have came out of this sleep, I have love for humanity. I have love for the animals. I have love for all of mine, for everyone that's living heaven on earth. That's living in a space of being blissful, peaceful, loving. Not letting these negative, your mind, take control over you. You are the creator. Make sure you're creating from a space of love. Whatever anybody says about you, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Never make assumptions. Never think that whatever somebody is, always be open to communicate on your true feelings about anything you're going through. Speak from a space of love that dispels all the darkness, dispels all the dark wickedness that has been placed and programmed within our minds. Let it go. Don't take it personal. I love you guys. I am going to come back with a reading because I have extra time. So I just want to end this with this. Like I said, I had this book, and then I had this book at home. It's also part, is the Toltecs. It's a prophecy, and it's very, it's a teaching. It's a teaching on how to be. Maybe I'll read this book. I don't know. Depends. There are meditations here that you're able to do if you're open to it. But maybe I'll start this book another day. But I just want to introduce you to this book. In July 2005, a very intriguing person came on a course I was giving in Mexico on the energy of the Pleiades. Pleiades. I remember that I remember that as I was teaching, he kept interrupting me, adding information about the Pleiades were so important to the ancient Mexicans. Finally, another student became so annoyed by his constant interruptions that he explained, I didn't pay to listen to this man, but to you, so I am going to ask him to keep quiet. During the lunch break, the man approached me and I apologized for the student's impatience, but added that he had interrupted me a lot. He replied, look, I haven't come to learn from you, but to teach you about my lineage, to give you the knowledge that my teacher Esteban gave me. I've come to teach you about the times we are in now and the times to come. During the course of my journey to the spiritual world, I have met a lot of people who have boosted about having great revelations about the times to come, including the second coming of Christ and the return of the Quasicodo. So I didn't pay too much attention to him and told him that we could talk about it another time. However, the following month, he came back to another course. I recognized him immediately because, once again, he constantly interrupted me and annoyed the other students. I had to keep asking him to be patient with him just to keep the peace. Once again, during the lunch break, he approached me and said, I haven't come here to learn from you, but to teach you. This time he added, because you're going to be the custodian of my lineage message. Obviously, he was persistent, and now I was slightly intrigued. So I said, all right, let's have lunch together tomorrow. Then you can fill me in your lineage message. The next day after lunch, he talked about the movement, Nahui Olin, the foundation of the mathematics of the ancient Nahuatl culture of Mexico, which includes the Teotihuacan, the Toltec, and the Aztec. The four movements are based on the fact that each natural cycle is made up of four main steps or movements. For example, a day is made up of the four main movements of dawn, midday, sunset, and midnight. Then there are the four moon phases, new, waxing, full, and waning. And of course, there are two solstices and two equinoxes that form the annual cycle as the earth spins around the sun. This is an interesting way of looking at the cycles, but teaching that had the greatest impact on me were the ones about the long count of central Mexico, the Toltec and Aztec count, which differed by 9 years from the well-known Mayan long count, which talked about the end of the cycle, nurturing human claustrophobia, as well as new humanity. I was stunned by these predictions because they were different from anything I've ever heard. I had to admit that he was right. He had come to teach me. In fact, Hugo Garcia, whom I now know as Hugo Nahi, was my first genuine teacher in ancient Mexican tradition. Most of his books is based on his first lesson, The Lunchtime, in August 2005. After the July 10 eclipse, he said, the real Toltec wisdom will go out into the world and you will be one of the first spokespeople. You will start in Italy and you will go to the UK and then to the rest of the world. This prophecy was fulfilled since I wrote my first book in 2010 and it was published by an Italian publishing house in 2011, but sadly little impact as everybody was looking forward to either the end of the world or the birth of a new humanity on December 21st, 2012. As we know, neither of these prophecies came true, but Hugo did, as my most recent book has been published by Hay House UK. So it is true, Italy and the UK. And since then, I have been witnessing Hugo taught me both in the first class and subsequent ones coming to pass exactly as foretold by the Toltecs, including that during the years 2012 and to 2021, humanity would go through what its underworlds, which meant facing unresolved problems. In writing these lines in 2020, a year that has been practically catastrophic for humanity. I believe this is the first time in my entire life that I said, I'm sorry, that I was right, that I had the right to count. I am living under the same restrictions as everyone else in these unprecedented times. Humanity has to come to a crossroad, the dawn of the sixth sun. So I will give you the Toltec's prophecies for this sun, for both you, for both the years 21 to 2026, and for the thousands of years afterwards. I will give you a message of hope, a message that has been orally transmitted for hundreds of years about how to live through this critical and wonderful period of grace. We have to live through a space of forgiveness. Many people have been open. This has been prophesized. Everything that we are facing in this lifetime at this moment is a prophecy that has been prophesied for thousands of years, thousands and thousands. And it's coming to fruition at this time. The world is awakening, and we have to be at peace so that way it doesn't touch us. Remember, there's two paths. Either you stay asleep or you awaken to the truth of who you truly are. I love you. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. Bye.